Hey everybody, welcome to my new show. Welcome to my new show called Synching with the Seasons. Syncing with the Seasons, subject to change. I'm still working on the name, but the whole concept of the show is to give you a reading that's for the collective, that gives us some ideas on how to sync with the energies of the particular season we're in. This being winter, we're going to be syncing with the winter season today and figuring out what we need to do to feel good and productive during this winter season. All right, so thank you for joining me. Those who have come to the maiden voyage, Comet is here, but it's going to be a little bit off screen this time. I'm also working on, because there's more cards in this one, since it's one reading for the collective, it's 5 cards, and I'm working on how to make this display properly. So it may change over time as well. And also, for every season, there will be a specific reading, 5 cards, for the energies of that season. So let's see what we need to do to sync with the winter season. And I don't know, I thought it was kind of appropriate to use the Seasons of the Witch Winter Tarot for the winter reading. So I hope you enjoy it. Also, I will be reading all the cards facing upright. However, I will be incorporating some of the messages, whether upright or reverse, the energy of the card in its totality. Okay? So it's a little bit different from our other shows. Let's give it a go. All right. Let me cut them. So the set is subject to change. All right, so card 1 is what will keep us warm and comfy during the long winter ahead. Wow. You know, this is in a way perfect. It's the Chariot. Well, it came up reversed, but I'm reading them upright. It's the Chariot. And I feel the reversed energy definitely in this card for the season. So I think when you move forward on things, let's not rush, let's not be hasty, let's not take on too much that we're not ready for. The winter season is a time for things to slow down. Slow down. So slow your pace. Take your time in doing things. Attune with the energies of the season and realize that you can still get things done, but you don't have to run like a bat out of hell in order to do them. So keep that in mind. This is a time to pace yourself and to feel comfortable, you know, as you move things forward. Haste makes waste sometimes. All right, so card 2. What should we leave behind buried in the snow? Boy, how about all of 2025? But it is the Wheel of Fortune. And you know, it's funny, that came up reversed as well. So what do we want to leave behind? A couple of different things. You want to leave behind this idea that you're always at the whims of fate. You know, the wheel up, the wheel down. You want to just realize that you may have more control over your life than you give credit for. Yeah, sometimes fate throws curveballs at us. So we also have to leave behind this idea that we're just going to be bashed around by fate all the time. Learn to go with the flow. Learn to go with the flow. And I would also suggest, you know, considering, you know, the bad times that the wheel can bring us, let's leave behind this idea that our luck is always bad. Maybe you've had some bad run of luck in 2025. Maybe some things were beyond your control in 2025. Like, for example, your job being taken away from you and stuff like that. You had no control over layoffs. Your company decided they wanted to make more money for their corporate execs, so they cut a lot of jobs in order to do so. Sometimes we are at the whims of fate. We have to learn to roll with it and get back on our feet again. So leave behind this idea that you have no control over that. You certainly can. All right, card 3. What can bring us hope or help us cope as we journey through the gray winter days and dark nights? Okay. It's the Winter Witch, the Magician. What can help us cope? What can help us cope is to realize that what can help us cope is making sure, let's do this, ensuring that you have everything you need in order to accomplish what you want to do. Preparation, being prepared will help you cope with things, or will help you, will give you hope. If you are prepared, there's a good chance that you can pull off whatever you're trying to do. So study if you need some study. Look up how-tos if you're trying to do some home projects, home repair, or home renovations and things like that. Prepare yourself properly for all of this. Make sure you have all the tools you need. Make sure you are ready. Make sure you are determined and you are all in on what it is you're trying to do. That's what's going to make things go really smoothly for you going forward. Card 4, the actions we need to take now to start this new year off right. Wow, it's the 9 of Swords. All right. I think what we need to do, oops, let me get this one up here too. Let me get them all up here because I have one more card to fit. See if I can fit them all. Okay. So, this is saying you have to let go, you have to come to terms with some of your fears and anxieties that you are facing about this new year ahead. You have to come to terms with your fears, facing your fears, feeling the fear, and doing what you need to do anyway. And also, if there are some things you really are anxious about that you've left unsaid or you've left undone, you have worries about somebody finding out about something you did that you didn't mean to do, somebody took something the wrong way, it's time to address it. You know, we lose sleep over a lot of things that we could readily take care of and be at peace with. This is time to do that. And that will help you sleep better at night. That will help you start the new year right. Card 5. As spring approaches, what early signs can we see that things are starting to thaw and come back to life? Oh, this is interesting. It's the Initiate of Winter Cups. It's the Page of Winter Cups. So what early signs of spring could be coming? With this Page of Winter Cups here, this is indicating that I think just instinct, you know, your intuition is going to be on target. You're going to start coming up with more creative, fruitful ideas for what you want to accomplish in the year ahead, what you want to start growing, what you want to start doing. Spring is a time when we start getting busy again, you know, and growth starts to happen. And so in preparation for that, you're coming up with a lot of creative ideas all of a sudden on what it is you want to grow come spring. So this is a time when your intuition will start increasing. I sense that this card has to do with the period between Imbolc, Candlemas, and spring equinox, that time when things are starting to quicken, the thaw is starting to occur, and new ideas and dreams and visions start to come forth. So this is a very interesting reading. I want to recap it for you all and maybe give a little bit more information, as this is the first time I'm doing it for the collective. I have played it out more than a few times for myself, trying it out, but now I'm doing it for you, and I want to make sure I get it right. So what will keep us warm and cozy during the long winter months? With the winter chariot here, it is indicating that we should pace ourselves. We should realize that we don't always have to move at breakneck speed to get things done. It doesn't dampen our will and our determination. It actually will help us focus, more on our goals if we are pacing ourselves and taking it one step at a time. So that's what I think will help keep you comfy. All right, card 2. What should you leave behind and buried in the snow? The winter wheel. Well, number one, we shouldn't rely on fate and the powers that be up there to rescue us all the time. It's not going to happen. You're not going to get strokes of luck all the time. There are going to be barren times, right? And so the wheel is saying you have to learn to roll with them. You have to learn to roll with them. You have to leave behind this idea that you have no control over the situation. And maybe the whole idea is you don't need to control it. You need to roll with it. So I really think the main thing you need to bury in the snow is this idea that you have to control your destiny all the times. Sometimes you just have to go with the ups and downs and go with the flow. Because when things are up, you can make progress. When things are down, you can do some mental work. You can do some brainstorming. You can try to figure out what the lessons of these down times are trying to teach you so you can be more successful as the wheel starts to rise once more. Okay, so what can bring you hope and help you cope in this as you go through the dark winter days and nights? And it is the Winter Witch, the Magician, and I think here what can help you cope is making sure you are fully prepared for whatever it is you're doing. You prepare yourself maybe even for the spring ahead. What is it you want to accomplish? What spring projects do you want to do? This is a time to get everything in place to do it, so that when the season shifts and the time is right, you're going to be able to put this, you're going to put your preparations into action. Winter's a great time to do that. Prepare yourself. Get the ground ready. Get the ground that will soon be fertile, ready for growth. Decide what seeds if you're going to plant, if you're a gardener, all of that stuff. Think about it in terms of, the seasonal energy here. And finally, the action you need to take now to start this new year right. And I really like this. It was the 9 of Winter Swords. The action you need to take is to put some of your fears to bed, to really deal with what's making you so anxious and fearful and making you lose sleep at night. Some of them may be just figments of your imagination. Some of them may be things that you haven't taken care of and now you're worried about. Well, guess what? Take care of them. Take care of them. And then worry no more. And card 5, as the spring approaches, what early signs can you see that things are starting to thaw? And with that being the Page of Cups, this is a time to trust your intuition, your gut on things. You may sense that the spring is coming and the time is coming now. Maybe you can start doing some preliminary work on what you're setting out for the spring months ahead. This is a time for creative ideas to start sprouting up. Visions, dreams, intuition telling you what you need to do for the months ahead. These are the signs when you start picking up and getting new ideas. You start feeling more excited about things. Your heart is starting to engage, your emotions are feeling better. Remember, at the end of winter, like after getting through the long January months, some of us have gone through that period of the winter blues, okay? And so I think here you have to consider that you will know when you're starting to overcome that. The light is starting to return and you're starting to feel more fresh and your mind is starting to get more active and your emotions are starting to settle back down. These are some of the signs of spring, the spring to come. All right, that's what I have for everybody. I hope this helps you sync with the season, and I will see you once more when spring arrives. Woohoo! I personally can't wait for that because, of course, with spring's arrival comes Aries season, and I am in my power. So stay tuned for my spring reading, and I hope to see you again. And feel free to leave me some comments and offer some suggestions if you want, some constructive criticism. I appreciate that. And I hope to see you again at this show. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.